if you were texting your best friend, but the person replying wasn't actually them? Today we're diving into a case where a single spelling mistake revealed a terrifying crime. Imagine being trapped in your own home while an imposter takes over your life online. This isn't just a story about a game. It's a story about a betrayal that will leave you speechless. Watch until the end, because the truth behind those messages is darker than you can imagine. Roblox has some extremely disturbing cases, like the case I'm going to tell you about today. One in which a brother did something horrible to his own sister to sell her Roblox account and pay off his debts. So already leave that like, subscribe to the channel, and stay until the end, because what's coming next will give you chills. This case was sent by Megan, Leah's best friend, who witnessed this horrible situation up close. Megan tells us that it all started in a small town in the state of Ohio, in the United States, where two twin siblings lived. Her 13-year-old friend, Leah Miller, and her brother, Sam Miller, also 13 years old. At first glance, the Miller family seemed normal, but something terrible was about to happen inside that house. The family was going through serious financial difficulties. The father had lost his job at the factory months ago, and the mother worked as a clerk in a convenience store, receiving only enough to pay basic bills. They lived with strictly counted money, often giving up buying new clothes or making small repairs to the house to be able to pay the rent. Despite this, Leah seemed to live in another world. She spent hours on Roblox, always with new virtual clothes, rare accessories, and limited items. What no one knew, except Sam, is that she didn't get Robux from her parents. Leah, in fact, had taken her mother's credit card in secret and had been making in-game purchases for over a year. But she was smart. She spent little by little, buying small amounts of Robux each time so that the bills wouldn't have sharp jumps and her parents wouldn't suspect anything. Meanwhile, Sam was forced to work after school in a small mechanical workshop owned by his uncle. He would arrive home tired, with hands dirty with grease, while Leah laughed and played sitting comfortably in her gamer chair. Sam discovered the secret of the card by chance. One day, he went into his parents' room to get a charger and saw Leah typing the card numbers into the computer. He hid behind the door and watched. She bought 1,000 Robux, a small amount that would go unnoticed on the bill. Then she put the card back in her mother's purse. That night, Sam went to his sister's room and confronted her. "You are spending money that we don't have. Our parents are going to lose the house." Leah just laughed. "Relax, they don't even look at the bill properly. And if they do look, I buy in tiny amounts. They will never notice." Sam felt a cold hatred run down his spine. While he worked, Leah stole the little that remained for the family, cent by cent, in such a deceptive way that no one noticed. Leah's Roblox account, accumulated over a year of hidden purchases, was worth almost $5,000. Sam, when he asked for some money to buy a simple accessory, heard from his parents, "You already work, use your own money." And then, the situation reached its limit on a Friday afternoon. The parents traveled for a few days to try to renegotiate debts with the bank in another city and left the siblings alone. On the first night, Sam arrived from the workshop earlier and saw Leah on the sofa while she traded rare items with friends on Roblox. She didn't even look at him. "You could at least wash the dishes," she said, without taking her eyes off the screen. That night, Sam barely slept. He thought about every small purchase she had made. He thought about the nights when his mother cried in the kitchen without Leah seeing. He thought about the days when he himself stopped eating so that his sister could have what she wanted. The next morning, he filled the bathtub with warm water. He called Leah, saying he had bought a new bath bomb and that she should relax. She found the gesture strange, but accepted. After all, he was her brother. Leah got into the bathtub, distracted with her cell phone, still answering messages on Roblox. Sam entered the bathroom, sat behind her, and with both hands pushed her head under the water. She tried to struggle, but he was stronger. The physical work at the workshop gave him muscles that Leah didn't have. He held her for more than 3 minutes. When she stopped moving, Sam left her there. At that moment, Sam went into shock. Upon realizing that she was no longer reacting, he immediately thought that he could finally sell her account. And let me tell you, it's not easy to sell an account for real money. To avoid suspicion, Sam needed to make everyone believe that Leah was still alive and had just run away from home or was locked away playing. For 2 whole days, Sam kept his sister's body hidden under the bed, covered with blankets and plastic bags to disguise the smell. He wrapped Leah in large plastic bags, the industrial trash kind, and tied them with duct tape. Meanwhile, he sat in her chair, in front of the same computer, frantically logging into Roblox so that Leah's friends would see her online and not ask questions. This is where the story gets even darker, because Sam thought he was very smart, but he didn't count on Megan, Leah's best friend on Roblox. She started sending messages in the chat because they had planned to play together that day. And Sam, pretending to be his sister, answered things like, "I'm busy," or "I can't talk now." But there are things that an imposter cannot imitate. Megan noticed. Leah always, absolutely always, used 2 hearts at the end of every sentence and wrote with perfect spelling. She never missed commas. The person behind the screen at that moment, however, was making basic writing mistakes. Suspicious, Megan decided to enter the game and approached Leah's avatar, who was in the chat asking if anyone wanted to buy the account for real money. He was writing message by message to avoid Roblox's censorship. Megan then asked a key question. "Do you remember what I told you about David?" Sam, knowing nothing about his sister's life, replied, "Yes, of course. We'll talk about that later." Megan had never told her anything about a David. It was a trap question. Even so, Megan didn't act immediately. She thought that maybe Leah was just being weird, but she decided to go to her house to give her a surprise and understand what was happening. When she arrived and rang the doorbell, Sam opened the door only a little, with a haggard appearance and a strange smell coming from the hallway. He said that Leah had a very bad sore throat and couldn't receive visitors, but Megan was frightened by his behavior. She told everything to her mother, saying she had a bad feeling and that Leah wasn't answering her messages anymore. So Megan's mother called Leah's parents, warning them that something was not right. When the parents rushed back, still desperate about the debts, and without knowing that their daughter had spent so much money little by little, they entered the house. In the bedroom, Sam tried to block the way, saying that Leah had run away after an argument, but the father, seeing his daughter's cell phone on the table and his son nervous and sweating profusely, realized he was lying. It didn't take much investigation. The smell and the nervousness gave him away. When the mother moved the bed, she discovered the horror that no mother should ever see. The plastic bags, her daughter's body. It was only then that, while searching Leah's room, they found several credit card bills hidden in a drawer. The parents discovered at the worst possible time that the daughter they pampered so much had been, without them knowing, ruining the family's finances in small monthly installments, so well distributed that no one had ever noticed. Sam was apprehended and taken to a juvenile detention center. During the interrogation, he confessed everything. The drowning, the plastic bags, the plan to sell the account. The parents were devastated. They lost their daughter, their son was arrested, and they were still left with the credit card debts that Leah left behind. This tragic story leaves us with a powerful lesson that we should never forget. Greed and anger are a dangerous mix that can destroy everything in an instant. Leah's choice to secretly spend her family's money was wrong, but Sam's decision to let cold hatred take over his heart led to a mistake that can never be fixed. We often get so caught up in our virtual lives, wiping out our savings for rare items, skins, or Robux, that we forget those pixels on a screen have zero value compared to a human life. Money can be earned back, and debts can eventually be paid. But a family's peace and the life of a loved one are gone forever once they are broken. It reminds us that honesty is always better than a dark secret, and talking about our problems is better than letting them turn into violence. Don't let a game or the desire for quick money blind you to what truly matters. In the end, Sam didn't just lose his sister. He lost his future, and his parents lost everything. Always choose kindness and communication over greed, because once a line is crossed, there is no going back. Have you ever hidden a purchase from your parents? Comment down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because here, there are always videos of cases like this from Roblox. I'm heading out now.